What's shaking, people? Back with another reaction, back with some Morten Harket, and we're back with the final tune on his 1995 album Wild Seed. I did want to mention, a couple people have been asking if I can react to his non-English albums, his Norwegian albums. I would love to do that. I'm trying to remember if I've been given access to them already. That may be the case, but in the moment I'm not remembering, so if someone has shouted out, just let me know. Ultimately, I would like to listen to them all, and indeed, I listen to a lot of Japanese music, and while fair to say, I do have a modicum of understanding of a number of Japanese words. I'm not fluent in the language, so when I listen to Japanese songs, there might be lines where I'm like, okay, like he's talking about you, and okay, now I heard this other noun that I know. I'm still going through the song mostly blind, and I have to rely on what other people say in the comments and so on when I go to look up the songs online to hear what they're saying. So the idea of going through an album in Norwegian where I don't know what he's saying on the reaction, I'm not opposed to that at all. So yeah, I would like to do that. But bottom line, we are up to the final tune on his English album Wild Seed, 1995, and that is, make sure I got it right, is it Ready to Go Home? Yes, Ready to Go Home. It's a sentiment that almost anyone in the world can sympathize with. Obviously there are some people who have not had pleasant home lives, or who want very much to not go back to a place that they're from, so I get it's not universal in the moment, but I think on a larger human conceptual level, the idea of always having sympathy for the place you came from, or the place that you call your little corner of the world, is as understandable as any emotional sentiment I can think of. So in one respect, it could be a literal home, a physical home that maybe you're on the road so much, you're touring and so on, and the idea is I'd just like to go home and see my family and go to the places that inspired me, or that I found solace and comfort in growing up. But it could also be a sort of comment on the arc of your life, that if you have a spiritual mindset, the idea that as you get farther along in your life, you come to terms with who and what you are and what you believe, and you find peace in certain ideas, and at that point one could say that perhaps no matter what else happens, you are ready to go home in a sort of metaphysical sense. So knowing that there have been some spiritual songs on the album, I feel like that is at least a possibility. But ultimately it just gives me this sense of someone who ultimately has been out in the world doing things, and who on some level, whether due to homesickness or just through a comfort and an acceptance of who and what they are and where they are in their life trajectory, they are ready to go home. So let's find out. This is Morten Harket. The tune is Ready to Go Home, and it's the final track on his 1995 album Wild Seed. I think I'm gonna like this one already.
Where I used to walk, now I can barely crawl. All this darkness rising tall. Lord, shine a light for me, I'm waiting to be called. I'm ready to go home.
It's not prepared for that.
I'm ready to receive forgiveness for my sins. I'm ready to begin. Take this river.
That little guitarist thing was so good. Perfectly timed.
Where the delta flows, the tide is washing over me. Guide this soul to heaven's door. Show me where tomorrow lies, I'm waiting to be born. I'm ready to lay down. I'm ready now to sleep. A promise I must keep. I'm
Really does have a slightly different style of singing on this album. He still does some of the things that I've heard with bit.
These memories, I breathe shallow, deep inside of me. If time has run its course with me, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to receive forgiveness for my sins.
I like the way you went through it on that
I'm
one.
ready to begin. When the evening shadows fall, when the time has come, I let defenses fall.
Evening in a shorter or longer sense.
To surrender, to survive. I will give up everything to those I leave behind. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to receive forgiveness for my sins. I'm ready to begin. I'm ready to lay down. I'm ready now to sleep. Promise I will keep. I'm ready to go.
This whole album feels like cleansing, like restorative. And this is perhaps the sort of culmination of that. God, listen to the atmosphere. The power of the low end. The exquisite guitar. Again, I feel transcended. It's just remarkable. Not only is that one of my favorites on the album, it's the perfect ending musically and thematically. Again, I feel the most redeemed, I feel the most uplifted at any point in the album. And even the songs where he talked about some heavy, like dark subject matter, it still felt sort of restorative in the sense that it was, drawing attention to something dire and, asking that people not turn the other way and do something about it. So by the end of the album, it feels like we've gone through a good and earnest journey, someone bearing their soul. And that's, it left me with that feeling overall and specifically in the last tune. So again, great track and a great track to finish the album with. Let me know what you think of this one. Shout out to all the Morten fans out there, who I imagine many of you are also a-ha fans, so big ups to all of you. I really appreciate what you've brought to the channel and just the way you've enhanced my life as a music listener who appreciates having information and context, and not just, in terms of like actual detail about the songs, but I do like hearing what other people think about, different sonic elements and comparing different albums and so on. So all the contributions and information you brought to the channel, I appreciate you all. This will probably be the last a-ha related video I do until after the holiday weekend, maybe like the 27th. I'll be back. So yeah, let me know what you think of this one. I will see you on the other side of the holiday weekend. Have a very Merry Christmas. Have a happy holidays. I will see you next time. Peace.